Hello, welcome to a brand new video. I recently went on a slightly unhinged book buying spree, courtesy of my parents' credit card, and it ended up with about 60 pounds of books. And today I'm going to walk you through what I picked up one by one. So we're going to begin with the Quran, a verse translation. I first learned about this book through the channel Blogging Theology. This is a verse-based English translation of the Quran, produced by a collaboration between a scholar of Islam and a literary poet, with the goal of capturing both the meaning and sound. And it's trying to put emphasis on stuff like rhythm, flow, readability, and it's trying to reflect how the Quran is meant to be experienced, recited, and felt while remaining accessible to English readers. And let's open to like a random page. Let's see. Like flip through it. So you can see how it is. It even has an introduction at the beginning of the book. If I can flip the page. Yeah, I'm looking forward to reading it. Next we have Stories of the Prophets, Peace be upon them, by Ibn Kathir. This is Ibn Kathir's classical account of the prophets, drawing primarily from the stories of the Quran and the authentic Sunnah, with careful use of historical reports where needed. Their narratives are presented in a chronological order and grounded in the interpretations of the majority of the Quran's exegesis, and is trying to affirm all the beliefs in the prophets without exaggeration or distortion. And it covers all the stories from Adam through Jesus, and believing all the messengers and prophets of Allah as one of the pillars of Islam, and thus denying any of them is a form of disbelief. Just look at the book. Show the table of contents. Yeah. Next we have a summary of Islamic jurisprudence by Salih al-Fawzan, Shaykh Salih al-Fawzan. He's currently the Grand Mufti of Saudi Arabia. It's in 2 volumes, and this is a clear, beginner-friendly introduction to Islamic jurisprudence or fiqh, and it's written for readers without prior training. And it's in 2 volumes, and it presents core legal issues in a straightforward, traditional style while avoiding technical jargon, and it's also remaining grounded in classical fiqh. And I'll just show you the table of contents, like the blue. Even has a bookmark. Let's go to that. Yeah. After that, we have the Onomastic Miracle in the Quran by Abu Saidah. And this book argues that the Quran itself explains the meaning of every non-Arabic proper name it mentions, doing so precisely within its own Arabic context. And it presents it as an onomastic miracle, since it's positing an internal linguistic coherence that goes beyond this borrowing of foreign names. So let's also look at the table of context. Let's go to random page. Next we have A Mercy to the Universe. And this book presents a comprehensive portrait of the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, focusing on the breadth of his mercy towards all creation, believers, non-believers, the weak and the strong, animals, both to his friends and enemies. Alongside this, also covers his lineage, character, worship, moral virtues, miracles, and it concludes with his death and the rights he held over his community. And let's look at the table of contents. Let's just go look around the book. Next we have Fatawa al-Arkan al-Islam, Islamic Verdicts on the Pillars of Islam by Muhammad bin Salih al Uthaymeen. And these fatwa presenting these volumes have been selected from the whole collections of the fatwa of Shaykh Uthaymeen and have been translated into the English language. And these rulings are firmly grounded in the Quran, the Sunnah, and it also considers the opinions of rigorous classical scholars. Let's go through that. Next we have a book in Arabic. I guess you can translate the title as A Grand Principle Regarding Intercession and Means of Proximity to Allah. And it's by Ibn Taymiyyah, Shaykh Ibn Taymiyyah. And this is a famous theological treatise on intercession and the legitimate means of drawing near to Allah. And he lays out foundations showing how Tawheed or monotheism is the core of revelation, while correcting misunderstandings around supplication, intercession, and devotional practices. And he's trying to eliminate both shirk or polytheism and try to eliminate religious excess and extremism. And I've heard that this work is precise and it draws on the Quran and the Sunnah and reason and history. I like the color of the text as well, like the contrast between the words and the pages. Yeah. Next we have distinctive guides on pursuing the straight path and defying the path of the people of hellfire by Ibn Taymiyyah again. And in this work, Ibn Taymiyyah examines the principles of avoiding imitation of non-Muslims in the matters of belief, worship, law, festivals, and moral conduct. And he grounds his arguments in the Quran and the Sunnah and the early scholarly consensus of the Salaf, and also in historical precedent. And he's careful in reasoning to define what is it to be on the straight path. I'll show you the contents. Next we have Commentaries on Kitab al-Tawheed by Shaykh Uthaymeen. And this is Shaykh Uthaymeen's comprehensive commentary on Kitab al-Tawheed, the Book of Monotheism. I have it around here somewhere. So a commentary on this. So it explores the essential principles of Islamic monotheism, lordship, worship, and Allah's names and attributes. And it explains what constitutes sound Tawheed, what nullifies it, and what can weaken it. And it's all grounded in the Quran and authentic Sunnah. It's in 2 volumes. They also have this, but in Arabic as well. Like the blue. Next we have another book by Shaykh Ibn al Uthaymeen. It's on interpretation and derivation of the Quran in terms of extrapolating legal rulings. And this work by Shaykh Ibn al Uthaymeen guides students in deriving, like I said, legal rulings from the Quran and linking each ruling to its textual evidence. And it explains verses, context, keywords, grammar, and overall meaning, and the practical benefits and rulings. I'll show the book. Next we have Zad al-Mad by Ibn al-Qayyim, student of Ibn Taymiyyah, and the book is made up of a number of topics. It covers the life and character of the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, covers early Islamic history, and combines prophetic medicine with the contemporary medical knowledge of his time. And the book concludes with a practical guide on Islamic jurisprudence, including rulings on transactions, marriage, and divorce. Next we have The Heavenly Dispute by Ibn Rajab al-Hanbali, and this is a book, it's a commentary on hadith from al-Tabari, and it's describing a celestial debate amongst the angels over which deeds expiate sins and elevates a person's rank in the hereafter. And he unpacks this hadith and highlights the importance of righteous actions and prayers and proper ablution and feeding the needy and humility. And yeah, I'll show you the table of contents if I can open the book. Next we have selections from the comprehensive exposition of the interpretations of the verses of the Quran of al-Tabari. And I guess this is the selections from his commentary and translated to English. And it's a classical work. And I guess I'll just go through it. It's in 2 volumes. On divine wisdom and the problem of evil. Talal M. Zeni, I'm pretty sure he's been on Blogging Theology explaining this book. And I think his perspective is that, or the perspective of Ibn Qayyim, is that whatever exists in this world is either purely or preponderantly good, or indirectly leads to a greater good. And I guess that's the solution for the problem of evil. You can see the table of contents. Next we have Umdat al-Fiqh explained by Hatim al-Hajj. I also have another book by him, Between the God of the Prophets and the God of the Philosophers. I recommend this book. That's not part of our book haul today. But this book is basically, I guess, a commentary on Ibn Qudama's classical Hanbali fiqh manual, and it's just the translation, detailed commentary. I guess we can look through it. Space for notes at the bottom. Last but not least, we have explanation of Riyadh as-Salihin by Shaykh Uthaymeen again, and it's a commentary on Imam al-Nawawi's classical hadith collection, and I have this in 6 volumes. So let's grab all of them. And it goes over everything from providing historical context, unpacking complex meanings, emphasizing practical guides on spirituality, character development, and everyday Islamic life. And I highly recommend it. And yeah, all these books combined were £60, so it looks like my mind will have a lot of heavy lifting to do. And that brings us to the end of this video. Hopefully that makes sense to you, and if not, please leave a comment below, and I'll try to answer it to the best of my ability. And don't forget to like and subscribe as always.